Hi everyone, it's been a long time since I've recorded a video. Take these off. But I wanted to get on here and just talk about some things that I feel like might be beneficial or helpful to other people that's going through what I've had to go through. January 5th, 2019, I fell and broke my hip and my tailbone and messed muscles up in my thigh. And since then, my life spiraled out of control and downward. So I went 6 months and they kept telling me that, nothing was broken, other things was wrong, and I went through a spell where I couldn't walk or do anything, hardly. And, it was a really hard time. And they finally, physical therapy finally sent me to an orthopedic because they said there was nothing else they could do for me. So I went to an orthopedic and they put down for me to have a MRI. So I had the MRI, and come to find out, as soon as I got out from the MRI, they had the doctor on the phone waiting on me. And come to find out, that's how I found out I had broken tailbone and broken hip and messed up muscles. So anyway, during the first 6 months, my mom had fallen also and broke her hip, and she was in a rehab and was being abused. So fast forward to after I found out I had a broken hip. They decided to do surgery. I needed to have surgery done. So I went to the scheduled surgery. I went that morning for surgery, and I'm a diabetic, and my sugars was way too high to do surgery. So they postponed it for another 2 weeks. Well, I went back, and my blood sugar was still too high. And so they kept me in the hospital and they spent the first night getting my sugars down so they could do surgery and keep the pain down. So they did that, and I had surgery. And I didn't know it at the time, but they just done a repair surgery. Well, that was on that was July 9th, 2019. July 17th, I lost my best friend. Love the person to death. Just the best friend a person could ever have. Never questioned anything. Never, always listened. Very loving, very kind. Just a really good friend. Been friends for a long time. And that really made me angry because I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. I couldn't go to the funeral. And that was a really challenging time for me with everything else I'd already went through. So my mom was still in rehab. She was still being abused. My sisters wouldn't listen to me. She was having to go to the hospital repeatedly. Black and blue, broken places. And because I was not power of attorney, I couldn't do anything about it. So I finally got to be able to take my mom out for trips, like for a few hours or something. And I tried to make the best of it, take her out to eat, take her for a ride, stuff like that. I didn't get to do it much because I was still recovering and still in a lot of pain. So Mom's birthday was September 25th. I just done a quick birthday party for her at a restaurant that we'd always went to, and she adored the man that owned it. So we went there and had a really good birthday for her. She was happy. And also Mom had dementia, and I can't think of the other one, but she had something else wrong with her, but she had dementia also. So in October, my mom fell, and they never done anything about it, and she had ruptured her colon. So as she ruptured her colon, the doctor told us that night that we could go ahead and let her have surgery. He didn't know how she would be afterwards, or we could give it 3 days and her be on some kind of antibiotic or something to see if that would help the tear in her colon. So we done that. We chose to do that, and we was going to wait 3 days. That was the decision we had made. Well, the 3 days come up, and my sisters decided to have Mom put in hospice care instead of doing any kind of surgery to repair to see how she would do. That really made me angry. Really made me angry. But, I wasn't power of attorney, so I could not do anything about it. So, my mom died October the 16th, 2019. Since then, I've still not been able to have any of her belongings. My last viewing of my mom was with a police officer because I got upset because I found out my mother passed away on Facebook 45 minutes later after she had passed away. Also, I never got a phone call. So since then, I've been in a very, I don't know how to put it, just in a bad state. And I've tried hard to just, I prayed about this. I've tried hard to just let go of the anger, the guilt, I feel so guilty because I fell and got hurt when my mom needed me the most. So, I did get upset, and when I called my sister, I was in shock. I was in shock that I had to find out on Facebook that my mother passed away. And I'd left my mother probably 30 minutes before she passed away to go home and cook supper. And, but anyway, fast forward, after Mom died, I went into a deep depression. I still can't walk good. I still have to have another surgery because they just done a repair instead of fixing the problem. Life is hard. And we allow people to do things that we have no control over. People don't support each other anymore. Especially family, and that's the sad thing. Family does not support each other at all. Or not what I've seen. But during that time, I've had trouble, a lot of trouble in my marriage. I've had trouble in life in general. I don't know how to be around people anymore, but I'm trying. In fact, I just started going to Celebrate Recovery last week, and just my first impression, it's amazing. And I pray that, I can find healing in my soul. But here it is. Grief. Grief is a horrible thing. We do things so bad. Like for me, my thing was whatever money I had, I spent, and that was another thing. All the money my mother had was taken from her, and just horrible things. But through all the grief and everything, I've learned cherish the people you love. Spend time with them. Don't waste it on anger, Because anger is just poison to the soul. That's all. That's the only thing I can say about it. Anger is poison to the soul. And I got myself in debt ridiculously. And, but now, after, what, a year and a half? 2 years? I have decided to take responsibility for my actions. I can't take responsibility for other people's actions, but I can for my own. I can make peace with God. I can make peace with myself. And I can make peace with my mom and my friend. I can't blame myself for their death anymore. I have to be accountable for who I am and responsible for what I do from here on out. And some of it's gonna hurt. Look at me, I look horrible now. That was another thing. I cut my hair off short just to punish myself. But I'm gonna be better. And that's the thing we all need to focus on. Grief is hard. Grief is loss, you know. I'll never see my mom and my friend again. I may never walk like I could at one time. There's so many things I'm limited to now. But I still try. A lot of people stay angry with me because I'm not the person I was. But when you go through bad things, you can't be that person anymore. You change. Life changes us. And it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of just knowing that things happen to good people and bad people alike. So this was why I wanted to do this video. I just want to help somebody else out there that's going through grief. I'm going to try to start being faithful and posting videos. I want to share this journey with you. It's so beautiful. When you've decided to look up instead of down, you find your hope again. I had lost my hope. And because of that, I made some stupid decisions. But I have to forgive myself. I have to forgive others. We are imperfect people living in an imperfect world. But I'm thankful that I'm still here and God's still giving me a chance to make it better. And I don't want all the grief I went through to go in vain. So that's why I'm trying to help other people. I hope you have a blessed day. I also plan on doing some planning videos. In fact, I'd like to show you my spread for this week I've worked on last night. So let me see if I can turn it around and let you see it. Well, I forgot to turn it around. Well, I forgot how to do that. I'm going to do it this way. I don't know how much you can see, but that's it. But I hope you have a great day. Happy Monday. 6 more days till Valentine's Day. I plan on doing Valentine's Day big. I don't know how, but I want to do something good for somebody. I don't know what. But I love y'all, and I hope you have a great day. And if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to make a comment, please do. Subscribe. this 2021 is going to be a good year. Have a great day. Bye.